Welcome back into the channel, everybody. As promised, I'm bringing you a Hela and MODOK video. Hela is a 6-drop 6 power on reveal. Resurrect all cards you discarded from your hand to random locations. There is a very key card with Hela, and that card is Invisible Woman. Invisible Woman is a ongoing 2/2. Your cards you play here are not revealed until the game ends. So you can get a peek at the full list here, and then I'll explain the synergy of these cards. So you have Sunspot, Morbius, Invisible Woman, Lady Sif, Swordmaster, Black Cat, Ghost Rider. Then we end with Nick Fury and MODOK for our 5s, and then we're running 3 6-drops, Hela, Magneto, and Infinite. I'm going to talk to you about the decisions of each, tell you about some flexibility options you have, and a bunch more. So, first up, and most importantly, I am missing a few discard cards. I'm missing Moon Knight and Hellcow. They both would probably be in this deck over a few of these, especially, let's say, Ghost Rider and probably either Sunspot or Black Cat or even Swordmaster. I would put those two in over. So I am missing those two. That's the first and foremost thing that needs to be noted here. But besides that, let me explain the synergy. So we obviously are running some solid discard synergy, and we want to run that Morbius, to get that giant power once you play MODOK. That's really good. But I'm not running Swarm. I don't find that you super need him in this deck. And also, sometimes he gets a little clunky with Invisible Woman when you're actually going to discard your cards at the end of the game. So the strategy here is Invisible Woman goes down on 2, ideally. And then you can play any discard cards behind her that you wish. The best that you could do is like Swordmaster and MODOK. And then you have to save a spot for her underneath her cloak to be able to play Hela at the end. So you need to be able to, then at the end of the game, flip. You'll have Lady Sif discard a 6-drop. You'll have MODOK discard the rest of your hand. And then you'll have Hela bring all that stuff back. That is the synergy that you're trying to hit. But we kind of mix in a little bit of other synergy to try to be able to hit some things as well. So we're running Ghost Rider in case we end up discarding Hela with like Lady Sif or Swordmaster or even MODOK, and then we draw Ghost Rider turn 6. That's a possibility that happens very rarely. We're running that because you can discard some very important things if you don't see Invisible Woman, but also just the clean synergy of just, hey, Lady Sif on 3 will hit one of your 6-drops. It'll hit Hela, Magneto, or Infinite. Turn 4, Ghost Rider will bring one of those back. So that is just a really clean synergy and a good way to do it. But outside of that, the deck is pretty self-explanatory. It's big drops that you're all bringing back with Hela. You're going for that Invisible Woman combo. If you don't have Invisible Woman, you need a little bit of luck, and you need to place things in a certain order to make sure you're not discarding Hela if you can. If you do, you got to play it out like normal. Nick Fury is in this deck. He's definitely a flex card as well, but there's a really fun reason why he's in this deck. So on reveal, he adds 3 random 6-cost cards to your hand. There's not actually that many 6-cost cards in this game, right? I mean, there's a good amount, but there's not that many. So this is actually not a half bad chance to pull Hela. Someone can do the math out there if you figure out how many options there are for 6-drops, and then you get 3 of those options. What's your percentage of pulling Hela? But I will let you know it has happened for me plenty of times because there aren't that many 6-drops. You can actually hit that occasionally. But he's also just good if you play Nick Fury on 5. If it's like a limbo game, you can add these 3 6-drops to your hand, discard them all with MODOK, and then get them back with Hela. Perhaps not always the easiest way to do that unless you have Invisible Woman and some other things, but it can also just give you some really good 6-drop options. I am using Hela, Magneto, and Infinite, but as you scroll down, there's a lot more options in 6-drop that you could end up putting in your deck if you'd like. And one that really gets put in that I don't have is the Giganto. He's a 14 power. He can only be played on your left, but Hela can play him anywhere. So that is kind of what I'm looking at right now, guys. If you want to try this deck and you have, in combination with Hela, you have Hellcow, or you have Moon Knight, or you have Giganto, try this deck out. It's super fun. I'm going to take you through some gameplay and kind of walk you through how exactly to play this game, but it is a super fun deck that MODOK actually shines in pretty well. I like him a little bit more in other decks, but if you like Hela, if you're a diehard Hela fan, she's a really fun playstyle. It's just kind of all in or all out. But if you are a really fun, fan of Hela, MODOK actually fits really nicely with her. So I'm going to jump into some gameplay and show you how to utilize it right now. If you're sticking around for the gameplay, I appreciate it. If not, leave a subscription to the channel, and we'll see you next time. Let's get into some gameplay. All right, we got Infinite, Ghost Rider, and Hela. So kind of an interesting hand. We would like to see some early stuff, and we hit Invisible Woman, so that's always a good thing with this deck. I think besides Hela, she is a extremely important piece for this to actually go off correctly. But we do need our discard pack. We still, I mean, even just MODOK's enough. Just Invisible Woman, MODOK, Hela is enough. But we'd like to see some other stuff as well. We're getting a little bit roped here. Alright, we got Iceman. He hits Ghost Rider. Alright. Better than him hitting Invisible Woman, so I'll take that. We got Morbius. Not bad, but not super strong in this deck unless you hit MODOK. We don't have a ton of discard options, but still pretty solid. Alright, so we've got Swordmaster. So Swordmaster's going to go underneath Invisible Woman to have at least one thing that can be discarded there. And then we want to hit Lady Sif or MODOK under there after. He's got 6 negative power on my side with negative zone, so that's pretty brutal. I'm going to play Morbius. I don't mind Black Cat getting discarded herself because she will get resummoned by Hela at the end of the game. And on top of that, Morbius will get his +2 power. So we normally just let Black Cat get discarded if we do have Hela. If we don't have Hela, yeah, she's great to just play. I mean, it's 7 power, super good. He's playing Killmonger, just going to kill his own Iceman. And what else? And Rocket. Alright, so he doesn't get the extra power from Rocket. I have Morbius, and Hellcat disappears. So, let's see what we draw going into turn 5. We got Ghost Rider. So we could Ghost Rider it, and what that would do would essentially bring back the Black Cat that I destroyed, so it guarantees where Black Cat's going to go, which isn't terrible. I could do that mid and then go Hela after the fact, but you know what? Yeah, let's go for it. Let's do Ghost Rider, Black Cat. That'll dictate where Black Cat's going to go. Yeah, I already gave up negative zone, so that's good. I don't care about it's lost. So if I can get Black Cat here, it's probably pretty solid. Alright, and then we got to go Hela. Obviously, if we had MODOK, we'd be feeling really good about ourselves. So what's going to happen is Swordmaster's going to discard something, and then we're going to hope it works out for us. But it might not. Let's see. Swordmaster hits Infinite. That does work out for us. As long as he doesn't go to the middle, we're cooking. He goes to the middle, but actually, we tied it up. I didn't do my math right with Xandar. So we got pretty lucky for that win, I'll be honest with you. But that's kind of the Hela deck memento. It's kind of what happens. You either get lucky or you don't. But we hit the correct things that we need. We hit Invisible Woman, Swordmaster. We just drew MODOK 1 turn too late. But, you know, still worked out in our favor. So we'll take that all day. And let's see if we get one that is a little bit less luck-driven. Alright, so we got Sunspot, Lady Sif, Nick Fury, and Infinite. So we can't play Sunspot at the Hellfire Club. So we'll just drop a middle. Always good. We might be missing 2 or 3 drops here, so we're fine with that. Well, we end up hitting super awkwardly the Tri-Skeleton, so we end up filling our hand with some junk. So we're just going to play Hawkeye, because why not? And we'll get the extra energy on Sunspot. Alright, my turn 3 can discard. Alright, so Groot got discarded with Sokovia, which is fine. We're okay with things getting discarded. Black Cat will get discarded as well, which is good. And then, let's see, Lady Sif's either going to hit Apocalypse or the Infinite. We're hoping for the Infinite. So we got the Infinite, that's good. Now we just need to see Hela or Ghost Rider to bring him back. Black Cat's pitched as well. Alright, we got Magneto, and we're missing our 4-drop, which is unfortunate. I mean, we only run 1 4-drop, but we have 3 3s, 2 2s, and a 1. But still, Sunspot can kind of save the day a little bit there by at least getting some value out on top of it. Alright, so we got Nick Fury coming down. So I will go Nick Fury. It's going to give me a chance at getting Hela this way, or I could just let myself draw a card, because he's going to fill my hand up. But since I have Magneto anyway, I'm fine with just going Nick Fury and then backing it up with Magneto next turn. I'm not really sure. It looks like my opponent's probably playing a Spectrum deck. And then he just got Venom randomly from Tri-Skeleton. I'm not sure. Alright, so Nick Fury doesn't hit Onslaught or anything like that. But that's not terrible anyway. I'm going to go ahead and just play Magneto over here. It'll pull Venom. And yeah, opponent retreated. So, I mean, that's just kind of a game where Tri-Skeleton screwed both of us up and weird things happened. But it's a win. Alright, so we got Hela, Lady Sif, and Invisible Woman. That's a pretty solid curve right now. Really like that. And Infinite's even better to top that off, because that's what Lady Sif will ideally discard. So we got to make sure we get Invisible Woman out. And we see MODOK. That's huge. So we're going to go... We're going to hope that we don't get, like, no on-reveal abilities. Like, we're going to hope Cosmo doesn't spawn on this left side over here for us. But outside of that, we're feeling pretty good. Well, we're feeling less good because freaking classic stuff here with the squirrel. Brutal. Alright, so this is going to be a little bit weird. I can currently not play Lady Sif at one of these locations because it has a 50-50 shot of discarding Hela. I could play her underneath Invisible Woman, but I want to keep that spot for MODOK. MODOK before Hela is better. So I'm going to let Lady Sif ride, and I'm actually just going to hard play Black Cat on the right. 7 power for 3, she's still really good. He's got some on-reveal stuff happening over there. We still can't do what I was saying. So we can't do Lady Sif underneath here, and we're saving to do MODOK next. So I could do like Adam Warlock to give me an extra draw, but I already have everything I want. So I'm just going to play Ghost Rider. He's not going to bring anything back, but it'll be 3 power, and that's fine. He hits the Mr. Negative combo. He's got 2 turns left to get it going, but I feel all right. So we're going MODOK underneath, and then we're going to go with Hela after. So we're going to have 4 open spots on our board after this happens. The squirrels really effed us up a bit here. We don't like squirrels. We don't like Central Park in this deck because it's just kind of filling up the board when we don't want it to. Alright, he's got Brood and Bishop, which isn't a whole lot of power, so I feel alright about it. I would probably snap at this point. I don't want to retreat because I want the game to actually end, so, you know, for the content. So we're going to discard our whole hand, and we're going to summon 4 of these things. We're just going to hope it's not Adam Warlock, and the rest of the things get summoned. But even if it is, it's still a lot of power. I don't know what he's going to be able to do to stop it. Let's see. Alright, so he has Silver Surfer on Wong, so he's gotten a good bit of power. But MODOK and Hela is going to win the left for me. And then I just need to get lucky enough to drop some decent power on the right location. So we're dropping Morbius in the middle, who's a 10. Lady Sif and Nick Fury over there. And then Adam Warlock in the middle. But good enough. Got the win. And you see right there, actually, I'll highlight one more thing. So we got the win. If Adam Warlock got replaced with Infinite, we actually would have won the middle as well, 37-25, which would have been cool. And if Adam Warlock got played on the right, we would have lost the right by 1. But then, like I said, then Nick Fury could have got put there, and that we could have lost. So we could have lost if that exact scenario happened. If we both put Adam Warlock and Lady Sif on the right and that. But we felt pretty good. Got pretty unlucky that the Infinite didn't come back. And again, he would have come back if it weren't for these dang squirrels. Outside of that, the last thing I want to highlight is Nick Fury did give us Hela, even though we already had her on the board. But anyway, that's the deck, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you appreciate the hilariousness that Hela can be. And as always, Orca will make an appearance in my videos at some point somehow. So you guys, if you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more Marvel Snap content along the week. And hopefully you guys have a great week.